I'm Gerald Bentley. This is Wrestling with Sales. Today, we're talking about moving through the territories. On my other show, Las Vegas Wrestling Scene Confidential, LVWS, I talk with wrestlers, independent wrestlers that cover territories that go from Las Vegas to Houston to Utah to Phoenix into Los Angeles, and even some of them come all the way out here to Kansas City. It's a lot of traveling around. They have to really make sure that they've planned out their time because they can't miss an appearance. That's the only way they get paid. And some of these guys are national names. Fans are going to see them. If they miss the show, it's a disaster for the promoter. Now, I know you're thinking, hey, how does this apply to car sales? Well, really easy right now because we're really in a position where we're selling things that aren't there. Most dealerships right now are selling cars a month to 2 months before they arrive. Even used cars, they're selling them before they're ever there. You're at the dealership, you know that. Every day, you're having people ask for something that normally you'd have 20 of them on your lot, but instead, you're having to sell a car that you may not get for a month, 2 months. Now, here's where managing your travel through the territories comes in. The manager, you may well know, hey, this car is going to be here on the 22nd of November. That's when it says it's going to be here on the system. So, it'll be here somewhere around Thanksgiving because it may get delayed a day or two. Is your salesperson relaying that message? Is your BDC relaying that message? They may not be. In that case, what did you really sell? Because you're taking a refundable deposit. No matter how you word it, your deposit on a car is refundable. So, what did you really sell? That's kind of the question, right? That's how you have to manage the territories. That is the base of this dealership rescue, Wrestling with Sales. How do you manage the territories? How do you manage the travel of the vehicles? Because you have to paint that expectation of what the customer is going to get. You did a great job selling the intangible. They just signed up probably at substantially over MSRP because right now nationally, regardless of what the car is, cars are selling for about $1,200 over MSRP on average. Certain brands, it's higher. So you're doing a great job selling the vehicle at a premium and capitalizing on the opportunity for sales. Now you have to finish it. You have to finish the match, if you will. You got to get the pinfall because you've accomplished nothing until that vehicle leaves your lot, until the customer takes delivery. Nothing's done. Even if you signed them to a contract, it doesn't matter. It's not cashable because you haven't delivered the car. That's true in every state of the country. So the expectations are going to be super important and letting people know how that vehicle is traveling to them. They have to be aware of what's coming up. Now, talking about vehicles traveling because it's happening more than ever. Want to let you know about a sponsor with Wrestling with Sales, Montway Transportation. They have a question for you. Auto dealers, do you know where your vehicles are and when they'll arrive? I know the inventory management challenges dealers face, so I'm certain the answer is a resounding no. But Montway Auto Transport can change your answer to a confident yes with the Montway Automation Portal, better known as MAP. MAP offers a smarter way to move and manage orders while giving you end-to-end visibility of all inbound and outbound units. You can upload VINs, get pricing, dispatch the orders, and track every unit on the dashboard. Leveraging MAP can save you time and money and get vehicles to your lots quicker to sell. With MAP, you can book, track, and manage your inventory from one revolutionary system. See MAP in action at www.map.com. www.montway.com/map. Go ahead and write this down. It's www.montway.com/map. Put your dealership on the map. Now, let's talk about that, right? How are you putting your car on the map? We'll use the wrestling analogy. How are you getting the pinfall? Because you got the person set up, right? You have the contract, it's signed. Maybe you even got into finance and you signed that financing deal. But now the important thing is seeing it to its conclusion, getting the pinfall. Because, like I said, if you don't deliver the car, you have nothing. You're not making any money, and actually, you're costing yourself sales because you've probably told 10 or 15 customers that are calling up every morning from all around the country, "Oh, I'm sorry, we sold that car." And yeah, you kind of did, but not really. It's not sold yet. Nobody gave you a belt, right? You didn't get paid on it yet. So the important thing is going to be creating those expectations. Now, if you bought the used car and you're getting it transported in and you have a system like MAP, okay, well, you can give a real time estimate if you set that up. If you don't tell somebody when the vehicle is going to arrive, trust me, they're going to assume it's going to be there tomorrow. And that person, when you tell them, when they call up furious in 3 days because they haven't heard from you, that it's going to be about a month, they're going to start going to every dealership they can think of and putting deposits there too, because now they think you're lying to them. They think the car's not coming and you were just trying to stop, if you've heard this a few times in the last year, bait and switch them. You didn't. You weren't, but they don't believe you. Remember, you're the bad guy. They don't believe you. So you have to tell the truth. You have to paint the expectation. You have to get to the finish. And it's easy. All you have to do is communicate with the customer and tell them the truth. They agreed to pay over sticker. They agreed to give you the money to reserve the car. They agreed to wait. Tell them how long it's going to be. Maybe add a day or two just to give yourself a little bit of margin. The worst thing, though, is to not say anything, because if you don't say anything, they're going to assume it's going to be there fast. And then you lose. You want to get the 1, 2, 3, the pinfall, and deliver the car. So tell the truth and keep the person updated. Keep communicating with them. Every time you get a notice, if it's a manufacturer on your inventory system, when you see it's moved to the railhead, let them know. When it's a used car and it's been assigned to a truck and transport, or when it arrives to you, let the customer know. If you're shipping it to them, let them know the driver will be there approximately this time. Don't assume everything's going to work out, because your assumption and the customer's assumption are probably going to be a whole lot different. And the customer's assumption wins because they don't have to take the car. You need to sell it. You need to close. You need to finish. You need to be the person getting the 1, 2, 3, getting the pinfall, selling the car, moving on with a happy customer, as opposed to having a furious customer demanding their money back. And now you have to call back the people that you told the car was already sold and say, "Oh, no, sorry, it's available. It's not here yet, but it's available." I don't think that phone call is going to go terribly well. So avoid making it. Lock in the deal you have. Just paint the picture of when it's going to be there. Have a plan. Just like I was talking about with the wrestlers I interview on my wrestling show. They need to have a plan. They need to get there. If they have a match in Salt Lake City and they're in Houston, they got to get to Salt Lake City because otherwise they're not getting paid. And the promoter may not bring them back. So trust me, they know when they're going to get there and they'll figure a way. You have to do the same thing. Until the next time we step into the sales ring, I'm Gerald Bentley. This is Wrestling with Sales by Dealership Rescue. Thanks.